Welcome back, everybody. Today we are making butter chicken, a fan favorite and requested by a few of you indeed. I'm going to show you how to make an authentic butter chicken, restaurant quality, that you can make at home. Creamy, luxurious, and unbelievably tasty. So stay tuned for this one because this is a personal favorite of mine. As it is for a lot of you, I would imagine. Let me know in the comments below your favorite curry. Okay. Let's get cooking. So for this butter chicken, you are going to need 7 juicy chicken thighs. I'm going to bone them out and take the skin off. If you cannot be bothered to do this, buy some that are already boneless and skinless, but they tend to be on the smaller side. So do it this way, that way you can save the skin and you can save all the bones for other dishes like stock and things like that. Now I'm going to cut these up into bite-sized pieces like this, and then work your way through all your chicken, and you're going to have 1 container full of chicken, about 720 grams in total, and then you got your bones and skin. Now we're going to season this with a nice generous pinch of salt, tablespoon of Kashmiri chili, you can use paprika if you don't have that, a heaped tablespoon of ginger paste and garlic paste, 20 grams each. Mix that through and then put about half a tablespoon of red chili powder. Mix that through and set that aside in your fridge for later, about 20 minutes. So while that chicken is marinating, we're going to need to do a little bit of prep. There's staples of Indian cuisine, onions, and a couple of other little bits, so I'll show you what they are. Right, let's get cracking on those. Next, we're going to dice up a large onion, about 160 grams. You've seen me do this before, cut it in half across like that, chop it up. It doesn't need to be ultra fine because we're going to blitz up the sauce, but run your knife through it, a good way to practice those skills. Okay, that's the onion done for you. Set that aside into a bowl, and then we're going to move on to the tomatoes. Now, the secret to a good butter chicken is really good ripe tomatoes like this. I've got 618 grams of tomatoes, about 7 here, and take out the stalks like this. You don't want them in your final sauce. Don't use canned tomatoes. It's a waste of time. It will be too bitter. Then just basically roughly chop them up. You can see how juicy and ripe these are. So if you go to the market and buy the ones that are almost expired, that's the best. Set them aside and let's get cooking in the pan. Put a nice deep pan like this on medium, add a good glug of oil, and then add your chicken. You don't want to brown it, we're just going to cook it for about 5 minutes. First, we're going to add a nice knob of butter, 18 grams of unsalted butter. Get that in there, that's just going to melt, help you get a nice flavor into this chicken. And then after about 5 minutes, it should look like this. Just take that off and put that aside. Now in that same pan, we're going to cook everything else. So another glug of oil, then we're going to add in our onions, cook that off for about 2 or 3 minutes with a knob of butter, of course, another 18 grams of it. This is butter chicken after all, so don't be shy. Next, you're going to add a heaped tablespoon of garlic paste, or 20 grams, and 1 heaped tablespoon or 20 grams of ginger paste. Cook and mix that through for about 10 minutes, scraping the sides as you go. You want a nutty golden color like this. Next, add half a tablespoon of Kashmiri chili, and half a tablespoon of red chili powder, and 1 tablespoon of fenugreek leaf, kasuri methi. Cook that out for a minute or so, and then we're going to add in those lovely juicy tomatoes. Now that is going to deglaze everything quite nicely. Then 60 grams of raw unsalted cashews, whole ones, 1 to 2 tablespoons of malt vinegar. Mix that through, and then we're going to add in a generous pinch of salt there, as you can see. Then you're going to add 20 grams of fine sugar, caster sugar, also known as berry sugar, a cup and a half of water. Mix that through a little bit, and then we're going to add in a tablespoon of garam masala. A recipe for that on the website. Give that a good mix through. Bring this up to the boil after you've scraped down all that flavor from the sides of the pan. And then we're going to simmer this for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, it should look like this. The cashews have softened a little bit and everything's bubbling and incorporated quite nicely. Now to the next step. So what we're going to do now is blitz all this up. And I find that a liquidizer, or like a Vitamix, is the best thing. Don't waste that. Just put a bit of water in it. That'll just help you make sure you get all of those spices and fond. And give it a little blitz. Right, now be careful because you've got hot liquid here, so don't blow your face up. Now there's that beautiful colour that you're used to. I mean, just look at that. That is pretty sexy. That lovely, vibrant orange with nothing added. I find when you do it in one of these, you don't need to pass it through because this thing is just, it just does the business. It gets rid of all the seeds, gets rid of all the skin. Okay, have a look, taste. We've got a few more things to add yet. Right, let's get this back in the pan.
Now, put this back in the pan that's been cleaned out. Look at that gorgeous color. You're going to add in 100 mils of whipping cream. That's heavy double cream. Mix that through, and here comes the best part. 50 to 60 grams of unsalted butter. Oh, that is such a glorious sight. Mix that through, and then add in that chicken that you sealed off with all those juices. I mean, come on, look at that. Give that little mix through. Soon as it comes up to the boil like that, get a lid on it and then simmer it for another 15 minutes. Afterwards, it's going to be bubbling ferociously, so watch yourself. Give it a little mix through, have a little taste, and adjust the salt as needed. I'm just going to add a little pinch more, and then we're going to add a little bit more of that fenugreek leaf on top. Absolutely beautiful. Get it into a nice bowl. Do not be shy. Add plenty of meat and plenty of sauce. This should feed about 6 people quite generously. Look at that gravy. Ooh. And then serve it with a little bit more kasuri methi on top and some lovely naan bread. We have a recipe for those on the website. And get ready to smash this in. Enjoy, my friends.
That, my friends, is the real butter chicken. I mean, just look at that. Ooh, creamy, delicious. Just look at that texture. Ooh. Let's get a bit of naan, shall we? Recipe for these on the website as well. Dip it in that gravy. So it's like a mutton sauce. Basically, it's just Indian for like a butter sauce. Look at that. Whoa, yes, please. Thank you very much. That's what you're looking for. Butter chicken. It is so, so good. There's a reason why butter chicken is so popular. It's rich, creamy, decadent, a little bit of spice. Serve it with rice, serve it with naan, but just make sure you get some friends around and have a cold one. Oh, this is so good. You're gonna love this one, guys. Absolute classic. If it's a bit spicy for you, just tone down your spice levels. Just cut it in half. And that's all you need to do. So, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'm gonna catch you all on the next one. Let me know your favorite curry and what you would like to see next as well in the comments. Time to enjoy this for dinner. Ooh, buddy. Butter chicken, so good.